Steve Kim here, so excited. Steve Kim Show episode number 179. The much anticipated November stats are in, and as usual, I got your numbers and your stats for Toronto and possibly the GTA as it pertains to the detached and townhome market. So let's get right into the numbers. So that average detached property in Toronto back of October 2021 was trading around $1.78 million. Fast forward in November 2021 is now trading on $1.81 million. In Richmond Hill, what happened? That average detached property in October 2021 was trading on $1.99 million. Fast forward in November is now trading around $1.96 million. In Markham, an average detached property in October was trading around $1.88 million. Fast forwarding in November, no change, is now trading still at around $1.88 million. And in Vaughan, an average detached property in October 2021 was trading on $1.84 million. And fast forward in November is now trading on $1.96 million. Now, months of inventory, there's a supply and demand, and we understand a balanced market in this segment is hovering around 5 months of inventory. So an average detached property in October 2021 in Toronto, months of inventory was hovering around 0.86. Fast forward in November, dropped a little bit to now 0.8 months of inventory. So less than 1 month of inventory for an average detached property in Toronto. So what is this going to mean? This is going to mean that we are going to see many more multiple offer situations, aka the bidding war for the detached segment in Toronto. In Richmond Hill, what happened? We went from 1.3 months of inventory for an average detached property in October down to 1.1 months of inventory. In Markham, we went from 0.73 months of inventory to 0.87 months of inventory for detached properties October to November. And in Vaughan in October, we went from 0.8 to 0.86 months of inventory into November. Now the townhome market, what happened? That average townhome property in Toronto back of October 2021 was trading on $1.34 million. Fast forward in November is now trading around $1.28 million. In Richmond Hill, what happened? In October 2021, a townhome was trading on $1.3 million. Fast forward in November, crept up just a little bit to $1.24 million. And in Markham, we went from $1.29 million for an average townhome in October to $1.32 million in November. And then in Vaughan, we went from $1.22 million for an average townhome in October to $1.2 million in November. And supply and demand, this is all about months of inventory. Pay attention to this. In Toronto, we went from 0.74 months of inventory down to 0.7 months of inventory in November. In Richmond Hill, we went from 0.33 months of inventory for townhomes in October to 0.33 months of inventory in November. And what does this really equate to? This pretty much equates to about 10 days of inventory if we look at it. We're not even talking months anymore. We're talking about days of inventory. So very much a strong seller's market. And when I take a look at Richmond Hill, there were no townhomes at all for the month of November that sold without a multiple offer situation. In Markham, we went from 0.47 months of inventory to 0.54 months of inventory. In Vaughan, we went from 0.27 months of inventory in October, which is just over a week, just over 7 days of inventory for townhomes in Vaughan, to 0.57 months of inventory into November. So still very much a hot seller's market, many multiple offers, tons of offers coming to the table for townhome properties in these regions. Now the year-over-year price appreciation for an average detached property, pay attention to these numbers. So an average detached property in Toronto back in November 2020, detached, was trading on $1.48 million. Like I just shared with you right now, is now trading on $1.81 million. That's a 22.3% increase year over year for an average detached property in Toronto. York Region, what happened? An average detached property in York Region back in November 2020 was trading on $1.32 million. Now into November 2021 is trading on $1.76 million. That's about a 33.3% increase for an average detached property in York Region. Now, with continued historic low lending rates, an inventory shortage, and more buyers coming to the market, what is this going to signal for December and into early 2022 if we don't see any interest rate hikes? A very strong market for sellers and strong price appreciation. Anyways, I hope you found these numbers and these stats useful. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to give me a call, send me a text, shoot me over a DM or an email. As always, be kind, everyone. Take care.